What's up, everybody? We are back. Support for Rap and Order is brought to you by Manscaped,
who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code RAPANDORDER20 at manscaped.com.
Check it out. Welcome to Late Breakfast. I'm Taurian B.
I'm First Class Regg.
And welcome back, guys. This is our, what is it? Okay.
Second episode recap of
This
Insecure.
is the second episode recap for season 5 of Insecure. Last night was kind of a somber episode.
Well, somber, I wouldn't call it that. It was just, I guess maybe it didn't meet expectations. At least it didn't meet my expectation from when I went into it. I mean, I wanted more. I feel like at this point, everybody's more invested in what this Lawrence timeline, right?
Yeah.
What was interesting, though, was how the episode kicked off. We flash forward a year later.
Yeah.
So that stood out to me off rip. I was like, damn, like a year. There's so much to fill in a year. So that baby is here.
Mm-hmm. The baby's here. I think what was interesting to me was like the rebuilding of Issa and Molly's relationship.
Yeah.
That was interesting to me because they weren't good, right? But what brought them back together was that they both went through breakups and they both were having like realizations in their lives about like, it's like a crossroads, because once women start reaching that 30-year mark, they start having like a lot of reflection. They start having like they've been through it. Like, you know, once they hit that mark, like they've been through so many things, so many relationships. They start like wondering, like, all right, is it me? Mm-hmm. And I think that like for that whole year, we're gonna find out that they were like really there for each other, because we can tell that like because they're having like sleepovers,
yeah,
and like they're like making like dinner plans together and stuff like that. So you could tell like they leaned on each other a lot, and both of them probably weren't that involved with men.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting.
I think it was smart that we flash forward a year because there's so much to reach back on now. There's so much time and space to fill in, and I think if it has stayed true to the timeline that we left, then it kind of would have dragged its feet a little bit. Like we would have went all through that pregnancy, the 9-month span, and then seeing how that folds out, seeing the back and forth between Issa, Molly, Lauren, like it just would have been a mess. I think
agree.
The way that it is now, flashing forward and seeing that Issa's successful with Block, with her organization, and seeing that she's like uplifting the community, seeing that Molly cut her hair, which is like, I think I watched. Did you watch the thing after?
I did, the wind down.
Yeah, the wind down, where she talked about. She's like, well, when black women cut their hair, like that's like a significant time. And for this, I guess it was no different because.
Damn, I think, well, obviously when black women cut their hair, it's significant, but I think like when any woman cuts her hair, it's significant because of like what it represents. Sorry, please don't kill me for saying that. But I just think like it's always a notion like if you look back in history when any woman has cut her hair of any race, like it's kind of like a fuck you to men.
Well, yeah, fuck you to men or fuck you to the past in general. Like I think, and I used to always associate that. It used to be one or two. It's either the woman cuts their hair or the woman goes blonde. So when she just dyes her hair blonde, that's like she really on
Demon
that
time.
fucking energy. Yeah.
Demon time.
That energy is different. But anyway, so for these characters, I really want to see what happens next with Molly. Like we saw Molly is trying to get back into dating, right? Like, but just kind of inching into it. Like she opened up the dating app and she had like a self-reflection period where she looked back on how her dating patterns in the past. So like Andrew and everybody, because the dating app simply asked her like, oh, dating me is like, and she had to fill that space in, and it made her reflect, and it was like, damn, But at least now, that's growth because she's getting a chance to like look at her past and see what she needs to correct.
Yeah. I think for Molly, it sucks because she's realizing that she's an impossible person.
Yeah, or
And
that she was.
I think she still is. You saw how she was getting her parents at the party.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that she's realizing that she's an impossible person, and she'll probably never be able to get a person for the standards that she requires. And I'm not even saying that in a bad way, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes you have to come to realization that every relationship, someone has to compromise. So now that she's realizing that she's going to have to compromise and she's becoming desperate, she's probably going to wind up like being in a situation she'll never be happy in my opinion. Opposed to like if she would have earlier on realized that it was certain things that like choosing her battles. Now she's probably going to like overcompensate and like try to like be overly like passive and not like assertive and shit like that.
Yeah.
So she's gonna like lose a lot of herself. And my prediction with the character Molly, and we probably won't even find that shit out because shit, what is it, only 10 episodes?
Yeah.
So, but that was a deep dive. But that's what I think about.
We'll have like some. I think once and again to the 1 year Flash thing. When shows do that, typically I hate it. But because there's so much time to fill in, and then with this, especially, like there's a lot of time to fill in, and then on top of the fact that this is the last season, so but with this, I think it needed that.
Yeah,
it needed that because, like I said, like there was so much time that they could have dragged on. So with this, they have a chance to like really move forward and see where they are in their life, how they're progressing at this point. Like I said, with Issa's company. With them hitting 10K followers, you know, like so they're really.
She's
making
doing good now.
She's doing great.
Yeah.
Like for once, Issa doesn't seem to be all over the place. Like with the dating life and everything like that, she's still kind of trying to figure it out. But at least in her professional life, she has it like.
Yeah, her professional life is doing great, and I think that's really good because remember in the last episode, she was at the seminar and she pretty much had to speak on like how do you know when you're doing good, and she was just like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really dope. What I also think, and maybe it's just me thinking too much, I was like, damn, is this like saying like when you don't focus, when you just put all your focus into your work and like you don't worry about like a relationship or a significant other, like hooking up with people, like do things, can things start falling into place for you?
Well, yeah. I think because, and it's not to say that a relationship like wears a person down or anything like that. No, I'm not saying that at all. But your focus isn't 100% on the business or of whatever you're trying to get moving forward because you have priorities of a social life. Like you have priorities with another person that is there in your life, that you have to like please like intellectually and however. So I think it does have that effect. When we see with Issa, her development of, we meet a new character in this one.
Right.
Coffee.
Oh, you talking about, I can't pronounce that boy's name, and I'm so sorry that I can't. But everybody loves him. The dark-skinned dude from Queen Sugar and Girls Trip.
Yeah, I know his first name is
beard.
Coffee.
I thought it was Kofi.
Is it Coffee?
Kofi Cedar Bride. Cedar Bride.
Coffee. I'm gonna just look it up. While you,
I can't get it right, but yeah.
It's Kofi.
So his character has a clothing brand, and the clothing brand like
Cerebo.
See, I couldn't get that. And his clothing line like is pretty much based on like Southern California gang culture.
Yeah,
right.
And because he's an ex-felon.
Yeah.
He had a hard time with like placement and getting backing from like these industry, as you'd imagine. And like that's where Issa's company kind of comes in because they're there to be the representation for these people that are hard to get their jobs just because they have records.
Right.
So it kind of just worked out, and we hit an interesting crossroads because Issa kind of walks the line of being a borderline sellout, right?
Yeah.
So what did you think of that?
It sucks because you kind of like lose like a piece of yourself when like you're trying to like break down doors and like be the person that like gets people that look like you into certain rooms, right? And then like you start playing by those rules because you start getting perks and you start like getting access to things, right? And like you're concerned about losing access to it. But then what happens is that you low key become the person that you used to say you would never become. And I've seen that in certain people, like when they get into corporate America or they get certain jobs, like they start being scared of things that they were never scared of before, right? And that's because like you start making so much money or you start having so many relationships, you don't want to be shunned out. You don't want to be the black sheep. And I think for Issa, she's like, yo, I've been down bad for so long. Issa's been down bad for 4 seasons, yo. Like, and she's just like, I'm in the right place. I don't want to piss these people off. And then boom, after he does it anyway, the guy loves it, and he was like, "Yo, like I love that you trusted your gut, and like it had nothing to do with Issa. If it was up to Issa, they wouldn't have did that shit at all."
I do want her to clarify, because I just hate people getting credit for some shit that they didn't do. I hope at some point she gets a chance to just be like, "Well, yeah, that was all his creative direction." But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if they'll dig deeper into that, and I also don't know how their relationship is going to develop. I think his name was Crenshaw.
Yeah. She's definitely gonna fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
Like, so Issa has a thing where like Issa basically picks niggas that like she probably wouldn't fuck in real life, and she fucks them on that show. That's like a thing that she does. Seriously, that's her thing. You telling me Issa Rae don't have like a hit list of niggas that she want to fuck, and she like does it on the show?
Probably.
Issa got a hit list. I ain't gonna lie. If I had my own TV show, I'd do the same thing Issa's doing. Why can't say that?
Not?
It's fictional. It's television.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I got a few in my mind
Hell
that I would like cast. Like, nah.
Yeah, you gonna be my love interest.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Remember when damn, who was it? Horny ass was trying to get a role trying to do a sex scene. Oh, this dude. Was it Anthony Mackie?
I feel like
he was trying to do a sex scene with somebody or trying to talk up a sex scene with somebody in Marvel in the MCU. I got to look it up, but it's not far fetched. Everybody has a hit list. It happens.
Yo, bro, I swear. Hollywood, let me in. Man, I got a fucking hit list, boy.
It happens. I that's not far fetched at all. I think she probably does. But yeah, so in this one, we didn't see, we didn't have any Kelly this episode.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
Yeah, we didn't have no Kelly. We didn't have Kelly. We didn't have Tiff.
We gotta make like a name for like fans of Kelly.
I know, right?
I don't know. I don't want to call it a hive. We gotta come up with something like creative, Regg.
Yeah.
Next episode, we gotta work on that.
So that should be the name of our podcast, right?
Kelly Preguntas?
Preguntas.
Nah. No? I don't like it.
Yeah.
But
we'll figure something.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode was very focused on the developments. I'll say developments is a key word in this episode because that can be applied to her relationship with Molly now, how they are now.
Yeah, way better now.
Her business. So it kind of felt like a filler episode, but stuff that happened in this episode is definitely gonna be in effect for the episode.
Do you think that Molly's gonna keep dressing like Arsenio Hall?
You think she got the Arsenio haircut?
Yo, bro, I'm not even talking about her haircut. I'm talking about the shoulders.
Same shit last night. It was very maca.
He did say that. But
all right. Are you all right, so we got that out the way, right? We got the parts out the way of Issa and Molly's relationship being rebuilt. So now, it was Issa talking to and ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I'm terrible at remembering everybody's names.
Nathan.
Okay, so she's with Nate, and they're hanging out, and she tells Nate to stay over. And what I realize is like, Issa hasn't gotten dick in a year.
Yep.
And, they're familiar with each other. And, I feel like a lot of us has been there, like, when you're familiar with somebody, and, like, y'all kick it, and then y'all just decide, like, hey, for old time's sake.
Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't...
A little razzle.
Yeah,
hey,
but like
it's
crazy because Nate was actually being a gentleman. Nate was like, I don't know, you going through some shit.
Yeah.
And Issa was like, nah, it's okay. And Nate was like, all right, I'm gonna put that thing on you.
Yeah.
Like, just pee on you again.
They got to it, and then she started crying.
They didn't get to shit. Mid cry, she cried in that nigga mouth.
Yeah. That's terrible.
That's crazy. A cry in the mouth?
She said it too. She's like, I cried in your mouth. Yeah.
Yo, bro, she cried in his mouth. Like, then I read, like, that was where I was like, damn, she hasn't slept with another man in a year, bro.
Because she said the key word there was like, oh, I thought I was ready, or I thought I'd be ready.
Yeah. Nah.
So I was like, damn, yeah, she's been going through it.
Yeah, man. And like, Nate's familiar. She slept with him before and everything like that. But nah, B. That was just crazy because it's like, I wonder, like, all right, we feel bad for Issa, right? But like, what about Nate?
What you mean?
Like, basically, he realized, like, because it's like number one, Nate's being used.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's being a friend to her. He's being a complete gentleman. He wasn't pushing up on her or nothing, right? So Issa was basically saying, I'm getting back in the game. I'm going to start with you. Then it didn't work. And then she expected him to console her while she cries over another nigga, right? So was Nate supposed to stay the whole night?
Was he supposed to, or was he...
I'm glad he left.
Would you stay the whole night?
If I would have, so for me, I don't think I've never just got up and left. I haven't done that, but I've made it known that I'm leaving. That's what I would do. I would just be like, yo, I gotta go. That's it. I mean, but he dipped. He's entitled to that. You know what I'm saying? He's entitled to that. But that's just not me. I wouldn't do that.
If I was him, I would definitely overcharge Molly for her shape ups when she comes. Like, yo, your friend, man, cried in my mouth.
And at the end of the day, that's his friend. They friends. So I mean, is it far fetched for him to be there? You got to know that when you friends with a girl that you used to kick it with, she's gonna keep dating, and at some point, you probably gonna have to console her over some fuck shit.
No, I agree with that.
It just comes with the friendship.
I guess no, I don't. The consoling part's not the part that would have been frustrating for me. It would have been the. So why are you testing out fucking on me? Mm-hmm. Why am I the test dummy for the first time that you fucking a year? Go fuck somebody else and then come back over here. Get the training wheels off.
Preseason.
Yeah, this ain't the preseason. This ain't a pre. I'm not
time.
preseason dick.
A year is a long time.
She would treat Nate like preseason dick. I
think she just yes and no, because I think she just was going back to something that she already knew. It's hard to it's hard to just get back out there after a long-term thing that you were so invested in. She just got sucked back into, and I don't even think that she full on intended, like, remember when she walked into the apartment and Molly was like, yo, y'all are legit friends, and she was like, yeah, like, we friends. But then, like, she had a moment where she texted him and was like, yo, what you doing tonight? Like, let's get a drink or whatever.
It's true.
Right? So I don't think it was her full intent at first. It was just a familiar, it was familiarity.
It was familiar. I'm just saying I'd have been pissed. I'll be honest with you. And I can say this and I can, like, wholeheartedly say this. If I was in Nathan's shoes, I would have went home. We wouldn't have gotten that bed that night. If we friends like that, I'd have been like, nah.
Yeah.
You stuck on dude. I tried to, like, get with you and, like, we friends now. Let's just keep it as friends.
Yeah.
And I know some people be like, fuck out of here. But, like, ask my track record. Ask around. I'll definitely tell a chick no.
Yeah, nah. And I'm not above doing that either. So that's just what it is. But I think with her and the way that it played out, I'm wondering, because Nate is not above him either. So I like the writing of this show because everything that all these people are doing, it's not far-fetched. Like, it's not far-fetched for Nate to just dip, because we see this nigga dip. Yeah, he just left. You know, that's
that
just
nigga,
him.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. That nigga probably went back to Texas again, bro. That shit probably fucked his head up.
He just dipped.
Like,
and he's not some nigga that's like she always says that he's out here, so it's like the presumption, but we never really see Nate as out here.
Yeah, never. Yeah. All right, so it's time to get to the best part of the show, what we was waiting for. We got to see what was Lauren. Well, no, actually we didn't. So the show ends and then we get to see the preview.
Oh, for the next episode.
Yeah, so the show ends and Issa's in bed realizing, like, yo, I really fucked up. Mm-hmm. And then we get the preview for the next episode. and we realize that the next episode is possibly. I hope that we at least get like. I hope we get a strong 12 to 14 minutes of just Lawrence.
Yeah,
because the episodes are only 22, 20, 24 minutes. I need a strong 12 to 14 minutes of Lawrence's life. I was very irritated today to this morning to go on Twitter and see that a lot of people were reacting and saying, not Lawrence dating while he got a whole baby on the way. Well, I'm sorry, sis. Candola fucking played him, and Issa also told him that she didn't want shit to do with him because he got somebody pregnant. What the fuck is he supposed to do?
Not to mention, this is a year later. The baby is here.
Yeah. And the baby's here. And Candola wanted shit to do with him. And he had a good job offer in San Francisco. He's not supposed to turn into a monk, all right?
Yeah.
He got something like, the man is trying. And who knows? Maybe this is his first time seeing a woman. Maybe he was so heartbroken. He was like, Issa, this is his first time seeing somebody.
And we already seen Lawrence go through his wild stage. He was wilding. Lawrence was wilding on the airbag. Wilding. That boy was wild. We've seen him go through some shit.
Nah, I didn't like that. I didn't like wilding out Lawrence.
I love that.
Cause it wasn't him. He was just fucking through it.
Yeah, wilding out Lawrence is not. That's not him.
It wasn't him.
That's not cool. But I like well reserved. Good job, Lawrence. I like that guy, right? But as you could tell, like, you know, he's trying to date. He's trying to do some things, and he's in San Francisco and shit. Shit looking good, man.
It's looking great.
I don't know. I think this episode might make me want to visit San Francisco.
I've never been to San Francisco. I've been wanting to go. I just always hear about how expensive it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go though. I think I'm gonna take that trip.
I want to go to San Francisco. I want to go to San Diego.
Yeah, man.
Never been to either of those.
Okay, maybe that's where we'll go for the Regg guys weekend.
Yeah, well, y'all can't know about that.
The Regg guys weekend's birthday.
It's gonna be great. But yeah, okay. I think so. What's your predictions for? So you want at least 14 minutes for Lawrence. Any other developments you looking forward to?
I'm almost close. I'm almost positive that Issa and Crenshaw are going to hook up because Issa is just a fucking savage and just wants to have sex scenes with all these niggas.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that in a bad way. Sex is great, guys. There's nothing wrong with Issa wanting to fuck. Pretend fuck multiple men that she thinks look good. I would absolutely do it if I was in Issa's shoes. Fuck multiple women that I fantasize about, and if I was in Issa's shoes, not men, women. Even though there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's what I would do. I think her and Crenshaw are going to hook up. I think Molly is going to like date somebody that she's really into, but dude is going to break her heart.
I wonder where this dude is. It seemed like from the first episode, there was going to be some kind of development with this dude that she went to school with because he was very interested in her. So she was thinking about it. I feel like
we definitely
there was something developing there.
We definitely going to get a funny episode because isn't he just getting divorced or some shit like that?
Yeah, he's divorced.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get some funny ass development where like, you know, like she basically gets in some messy shit with this nigga.
We're probably going to see that tall, light-skinned dude again. That she was fucking with, maybe.
Yeah, the dude that like wasn't he like Diet Jadena?
Yeah, he was.
Right. Okay.
I feel like I don't know. That's just such a big part of her story that I don't think it's fully gone yet. I don't know. That's just my prediction down the line, at least.
Another prediction is that Issa will become like blindly successful. Like obviously, like this last episode showed like the trajectory she's going on. I think she's going to become like a millionaire. Like she's going to become successful, and I think that fast forward all the way to the end, Issa's just going to wind up being single, but that's okay too. And like Lawrence is going to wind up like getting married or some shit like that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I feel like the Twitter account's going to be real mad.
Damn, I don't know, man.
I could
see. I just feel like they belong together. Everybody feels like they belong together.
I would love to see them together, man, but I just feel like sometimes too much shit just happens.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, sometimes
even
too
if
much
that
shit just happens.
even if that means separating for a bit and coming back to it, but this will be their second time doing that. But we'll see. Life shit, man. Life be life.
It ain't happening, man. It's a TV show. Life's gonna go on. But let's wrap it up. I'm Taurian B.
I'm First Class Regg.
And thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next time. Hey, Regg, you shave your balls?
I do shave my balls.